After weeks of living out of my Tacoma full-time, things are looking really dirty and messy. On this episode, I take you through a realistic day of living out of a vehicle, showcasing both weekly chores and highlighting the challenges of living in such a small space. If you're new here, my name is Connor. Currently, I'm on a 4,000 mile plus trip traversing the TransAmerica Trail from Oregon to North Carolina. Well, good morning. It's about 9 o'clock. We are in McCall, Idaho, Little Piat Lake. Pretty nice little spot. Actually drove up here kind of after the last video. Drove up. This actually doesn't go on the TransAmerica Trail, but there's a lot of cool camping spots around here, and I just needed a nice place to edit for a few days and just work on stuff. And so it's kind of what I've been doing. Like, just been getting chores done and working on editing, doing stuff. This is kind of my setup here. It's my desk, and I run an extension cord at my power station, my truck, to charge stuff. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing the past few days, just editing here and working on some thumbnails. And so I thought like it would be fun to take you on a day of what I kind of do on chores and stuff I have to get done. So today we're gonna work on cleaning. Just everything's a mess because oftentimes when I cram out these editing sessions, I don't keep up on stuff, and stuff is just trashy and just dirty. So we also need to resupply today, so I thought I'll take you on that and do laundry and stuff. So it'll be a fun day. A lot of work to do, but we're looking forward to being back on TransAmerica by the nightfall, hopefully. So yeah, that's the plan for the day. I'm gonna get some coffee going. So it's kind of bizarre. Last night I was idling truck a little bit to charge stuff, and I look at my tire pressure monitor. It said flat. Shouldn't make sense because I just pumped these tires up, and so it said this tire was 10 psi. And you can see it is like at least 10 psi, maybe even lower. And so it was 10 psi last night, so I'm kind of curious. I want to see if it dropped any. You might have a screw or something in there. So coffee's all done. So if it's anything below 10 psi, you kind of know that you got a problem. 9 psi. It's not really that big of a difference for 10 hours or so. Could just be the temperature change. I'm kind of wondering if maybe the valve core didn't get screwed back in properly. Something like that. Because, shut this thing off. But it's like so strange. It's strange that I can only drop 1 psi, but and like I said, that 1 psi could be temperature change. So it's not very reliable. I might fool around with the valve core here. I guess I could put soapy water on it and see, but this is like, I could look at it and see if I see anything obvious, but I think I'm just gonna I screwed it in double checked it. Don't see anything obvious on this side. I'll have to rotate it, obviously, to check it. So, plan is put some air in this tire, see if it holds. Whatever it is, it appears to be a really small leak. And then I think we might pull forward and see if we can find anything in the tire. I don't hear anything hissing, so we'll just put some air in and see what happens. It is coming up now. 21 psi. 24. We're back at about 31 psi. So we'll just kind of have to watch it, you know, and see if it goes down. But I mean, it is what it is. So as I'm sure you're aware, everything's like really messy. So I'm just gonna start by just getting all the trash out and then getting all the sheets, blankets, dirty clothes bagged up, ready for laundry. So it's kind of the first step. All right, so basically taking everything out. Little walk around to the truck. That's your crap all around the truck. So we're all cleaned out. So this little vacuum's pretty cool, actually. Just kind of a small thing, but kind of it works pretty good for what it is. It's like my first time really using it though. So we'll see how it goes. Just got like this attachment here, and you can use it like a normal. So the vacuum did a pretty good job for what it was. It's definitely a lot better. But I think we're gonna wipe stuff down and kind of start organizing stuff, you know. But wipe stuff down a little bit first. So the glass cleaner, like this stuff, ammonia free, streak free, like kind of your ordinary glass cleaner like this, works really good for wiping down plastic. So you can just kind of do, you know, one of these numbers where it does a decent job, honestly. About that time to start packing stuff up, and I gotta put you in the box. So I'm gonna catch you back on my GoPro. It's because I have to lock everything up when I go to the stores and hide stuff, so I don't lose everything if someone breaks in. So I'm gonna get you guys back on the GoPro. All right, get you guys back on the GoPro. So You gotta lock everything up in our case. All right, looks pretty good. Goes. You gotta love this message. Consistently the lowest prices within 100 miles until hell freezes over. I don't doubt that. I think gas is expensive here. Pretty expensive compared to other places, but little laundromat, a gas station. To do a lot of chores, you know. Here's that tire that was leaking. Seems to be doing okay. So, I think it was just the valve core, you know. All right. Like, I never thought I would say, you know, look forward to laundry, but I gotta say, since like living on the road and like just not having access to it and then having everything smell so fresh, I gotta say, like, it's really freaking nice to have clean stuff right now. So I think we're gonna go. Kind of still need to hit a car wash, but kind of want to get a pizza first, and then just for the road, you know, get like a large pizza. It's like one of my guilty pleasures. It's just, you know, an in-town thing. So get a pizza, car wash, and then we're gonna get back on the road. I don't know where we're gonna camp, you know, since I'm just gonna get a pizza. I might just like drive, maybe do a night run. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling adventurous. So yeah, I've been kind of stuck in one location for like 3 or 4 days, and I'm anxious, so I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, how's it going? So, got our pizza. Super nice. Save that as a kind of a treat. But we got a lot of little ways to go today. So, it's about 4:23, according to my time. We're on mountain time here. But, so looking at the GPS, I'll show you guys. So we are blue cursor, and so we kind of need to get back on the red. So we're quite a ways up above Boise and McCall. So I think we're gonna head towards Weiser, Idaho, and then we'll get back on the TransAmerica Trail, and then hopefully we'll just keep driving up into the Boise National Forest and find a cool spot to camp. But yeah, we're at I think it's like Hometown Pizza or something. Yeah, Hometown Pizza in McCall, Idaho. Pretty cool little place. We got like a brewery and stuff inside, so I'll be excited to try this a little bit later. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and at least kind of maybe get to Weiser. Maybe I'll take a rest stop and have a few slices while it's still warm. But yeah, gonna go put in the miles today and see where we end up. Hey guys, I just had a rest stop just outside of Weiser. It's a pretty clean rest stop on, I think it's Highway 95. So if you're ever in the area, it's not a bad rest stop. It was really clean bathrooms, which I appreciate as someone who lives in a car. So yeah, we've been enjoying our pizza a little bit. It's pretty good, actually. Pretty good pizza. I'll show you on the map kind of what our game plan is. So this is Mesquite Road right here. Looks like where we can link back up with the TransAmerica. So we're just over there on Highway 95. We got a little bit to go, get into Weiser, and then we'll be all set. Get back on the trail and probably drive up into the night before we hit the Boise National Forest, and then probably just find a site to camp in there. So we'll see how it goes. So back on the TransAmerica and kind of just going through some farmland. So nothing too exciting, but I think we'll be back heading up towards Boise National Forest in the next couple hours or so. It's about 6:30, so it's kind of, I'm kind of thinking like maybe 2 more hours of driving, and then find a spot to pull off camp. I don't know what it's going to be like. This is like uncharted territory. For those that don't know, I'm from the Oregon, Washington area. So a lot of that area I'm familiar with for the most part. I mean, you can't be familiar with every single area in those states because they're so large, but I've lived in the Tacoma, Seattle area. I've lived in the Vancouver area, Southwest Washington, so like Portland, Vancouver. And then I've lived in Eastern Oregon, so I've experienced quite a bit of what the Pacific Northwest has to offer. And Idaho, I don't get out a whole lot, so it's exciting to see a new state. And I spent a little time in the Moscow, Idaho area, but mostly I've been in Oregon and Washington for a long time, so this will be nice change of scenery. And so giving you a little update. We're actually just outside of Meridian, Idaho. It's this place, I think we're in Emmett, if I'm saying that right, but yeah, just outside Meridian, Idaho. So yeah, back in civilization, but looks like we're turning off. Hopefully we'll get to the Boise National Forest before 10 o'clock. I don't know, it's going to be a tough one tonight because we got a late start because of all the chores and just cleaning and laundry. It just took a while, so I'm just gonna snack on my pizza and carry into the night. Gonna get this UV filter off this camera. It gets darker out, but pretty nice night. Went down this little gravel stretch I just saw like thousands of quail and dove, everything. But yeah, there's some cool like little homesteads and stuff out here. I mean, kind of like it. But so yeah, cruising right along. But say we got, I don't know how much driving. Like I said, there's nowhere to camp, so we're just gonna have to kind of wing it, I guess. You know, and a lot of guys, you know, when they do this, you know, they'll drive, you know, 10, 12 hours a day trying to grind through it. I'm obviously, I have to do filming and editing and stuff, so I can't exactly just rush through it. I guess I could if I wanted to batch film and then just do a ton of editing, but I like to kind of work as I go, so it's kind of how I roll. Otherwise, you know, I forget stuff that happens and what I want to include in the video, so I kind of like to do some filming and then edit as I go, which, you know, I just kind of finished up Oregon when I was in McCall, Idaho, so that's what I was doing up there. Is in McCall is just lots of camping and stuff to do, so it was a fun spot for me to kind of relax, do editing, and a bunch of quail right there. God, kind of dumb birds, honestly. Even dumber than grouse, I'd say. But, you know, we're starting to climb a little bit up into the hills above kind of the, I don't know what they call the Idaho Valley, or Meridian, Boise. I'm sure it's called something, I just don't know. I'm just oblivious. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, but yeah, there's kind of like sunset. Look over the valley. Yeah, pretty nice houses up here. So, but yeah, I'm gonna keep on rolling. It's just after 8, almost 8:30 actually. But you know, night's still young. I think we should be good on fuel. Have over a half tank. Fingers crossed. Sometimes you just don't know. Like, oh, did I miss a fuel stop? I was supposed to fill up. You know, obviously, like, I don't want to fill up every time. Just turned off the pavement here. Back into the gravel. Good old gravel. So, yeah, I'm going to keep on trekking here up into the hills. I'll keep you posted. But, yeah, this may end up turning into a night run. So, but I want to find, you know, I need to at least get in some public land or find a campground if I'm going to overnight. I don't want to just go off the side of the road. It's kind of, you know, not something I want to do here, but I'll catch you in a little bit. So I ended up finding a campsite and kind of in the Boise area. There's all sorts of campsites down this road, but it's pretty cool. I like it. I think it's good enough for me anyways. It's by the water, which is kind of cool. Looks like there's some traffic down the road, but figure we'll deal with it. It's only going to be for, you know, just a few hours to get some rest. I might try to level the truck though, because it's kind of sloped, this whole place, but kind of pooped, honestly. I just want to chill with maybe have a beer or something. But it's a good place to stop. I think it's about 9 o'clock. So But you can see the water over here. We're starting to get back into some pine trees. Even got steps going now. Look at that. But yeah, a little bit of running water. I don't know if we got skeeters here, but so far it looks like we're pretty clear. I think this will work just fine. No cell coverage, but that's how it is sometimes. Living in the back country. Is that a cottonwood? Kind of looks like it. Big cottonwood. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put out the chair and just kind of relax for a little bit. Well, I can. But Connor out. Yes. Hey guys. So I'm gonna head out to bed. I gotta charge a bunch of stuff. So actually, I have to take all my camera batteries and put them on the Yeti. But I'm gonna catch you in the morning. I think it's gonna be a cool day tomorrow. I've never really done much exploring in the Boise National Forest. I did a little bit in McCall, where I used to be. I took my wilderness first responder when I used to be an EMT. I was doing classes and stuff. And actually, I took it with all the smoke jumpers up in McCall, Idaho, stationed out of McCall. So it was really cool. I got to meet them, and they were really smart, really talented people. So yeah, I think Idaho is going to be a fun state. I don't think it's going to be that long. I think we'll hit most of Idaho tomorrow. And I think Idaho's going to be like maybe 2 videos. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is like Idaho's going to be like a 2 video kind of state. And then we're off to Utah. So I'm really glad I got to go to McCall. Because I think like one thing I'll say, like, if you're doing this trip, like on the TransAmerica Trail, I think like the best way to run it is, so we have this saying, I've been a trail angel for years now, the Pacific Crest Trail up in Washington. I set up with a good friend of mine, J.R. Robinson, and we just feed hikers, and I talk to them and they tell stories. And if I do it this summer, if it's possible, with depends on what fire season looks like and stuff like that. If I do it again, maybe I'll film some stuff if people want to be on camera. But it's a really cool event, and I learned from these hikers. They have a saying called "hike your own hike," and it's where it's like, yeah, I'm on the TransAmerica Trail, but it's okay to take a detour. It's okay to get off the trail and do some sightseeing. It's okay to have fun with it. You don't need to stick to the exact route every time. So, and I want to make that clear, like, because I think sometimes it's hard to just, you just want to get in a grind. You want to crank out miles. And if you do that, you're going to miss a lot. So hike your own hike. See your own sights. Do your own route. You don't have to follow it to a T, to a perfection, right? You're not setting a record. So, have fun with this trip. If you're doing it on a motorcycle, if you're doing it on a 4x4, you don't have to follow the exact route. You can, if you find a cool campground on Google or iOverland or whatever app, go experience it. Go check it out. You don't have to ask permission. You don't have to stick to the route perfectly. So the spirit of this trip is, it's your trip, and you have to make it how you want to make it. And just like it's your rig, build it the way you want. Like, that's what I always say. If you like the certain stance of a truck, of how a rig's built, then build it how you want. If you want a rig that's more functional and gets better fuel economy and is not maxed out on payload, then keep a rig closer to stock. It's your rig. Do what you want with it. My setup is basic. I've got coolers and junk just everywhere, and it's probably could be organized with drawers and stuff a lot better. And I don't know. It's just kind of stuff I had and I put in here. So I think the point of this is the TransAmerica Trails. What I've learned is kind of use it as a guideline. Like, yeah, I want to stick to it mostly, but if I see a site, if I see a town that, I want to visit, like Chattanooga, Tennessee is a town I really want to visit, and the TransAmerica Trail doesn't go through it, but I think I'm going to go by it anyway and go check it out. So, hike your own hike, guys. That's an important message, and it means, you don't have to stick to the trail perfectly. If there's something you want to see, go see it. If there's something you want to do, go do it.